All right. So the reciprocal of 5/2 is what? 2/5. Y'all have heard of reciprocal, right? You take it and you flip it. What would be the negative reciprocal of 5/2? Y'all heard of this? Yeah. The reciprocal of -1/4 is -4. 4/1, which is just 4. Does that make sense? 4/1 is just 4. So 1, you don't need that in the denominator. The negative reciprocal of -1/4 would be what? Would be a positive. You understand the difference between reciprocal and negative reciprocal? It's what? Of negative. The negative reciprocal of -1/4 is what's here. Lines that are horizontal, what's a horizontal line? They are always perpendicular to lines that are vertical. What does that look like? So horizontal lines and vertical lines are always perpendicular. Were you aware of that? Okay. What is the slope for a horizontal line? That would be an equation. But what is the slope? The slope is 0 of a horizontal line. Because do you go up any? You just go over. So rise is 0. So run 0 over anything. What would be the reciprocal of 0? No. What is? No. Plug that into your calculator. It says error. So the slope of a vertical line is what? Undefined. And an equation would be like x equals -1. But, yeah. Okay. So if we are looking at horizontal and vertical lines, perpendicular, well, one of them will have a slope of 0, the horizontal line, and then the vertical line will have an undefined slope. But if we're not looking at horizontal and vertical lines, the slopes of the perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals of each other. The horizontal and vertical lines are a special case. Otherwise, for perpendicular lines, the slopes are the negative reciprocals. What would be the equation of the line that I drew? It's a -10. Do you agree with Sean? Okay. So they're going to say, here's a line, and find the equation of the line perpendicular to that line that goes through that point. If it's just horizontal and vertical, I'm just going to draw a line like that. Does that make sense? And what would be the equation of this line? Does that make sense? The horizontal and vertical lines, I think, are a little bit easier. You can just graph them and easily find it. However, would you easily be able to tell what is perpendicular to that? I mean, that might be close, going through that point, but is it exact? Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at an actual example. It says find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line and that also passes through that point. So what? The slope of this line is 2 over 5. You do not have to have a graph for this, no. We've been doing ones where it said the two lines are parallel and here is a point that it goes through. Find the equation. We want our equation in this form. Does that make sense? So we have a point. What else do we need? We need a slope. Yes, it is slope intercept. So what is the slope of this line? No. What is the slope of this line? What kind of line are we looking for? So what is, have y'all seen that before? Perpendicular, that's what that means. It's an upside down T. Yeah, it means perpendicular. What is our perpendicular slope? Negative 5 over 2. So we actually use that slope. Does that make sense? Because the line we're looking for isn't parallel to this one, it's perpendicular. Negative reciprocal. Any questions so far? So once we have our slope, what would we do next? Okay, so what would our y be? Equals. Okay, so 2 equals plus b, and then what? So b would equal, do I agree with the b? So y equals negative 5 over 2x. Do you see how that works? Any questions on these? That's a 2. Oh, I didn't write that 0. It's supposed to be a 2. Any questions? Okay. 4 plus 15 is 19. Any other questions? Equals mx plus b. These are very similar to the ones that y'all been doing with this line is parallel to this line and it goes through that point. All it is adding in this perpendicular. All right. Remote interior angles of a triangle. The measure of an exterior angle equals the sum of its two remote interior angles. So this is the exterior angle because it's on the outside. Does that make sense? Whatever it is, A and B C plus A plus B equals 180, right? What do you know about E and C? They're equal? Okay. They add up to 180. What? plus E is equal to 180, right? So C, does that make sense? Okay. So instead of C, what could I put in? Instead of C, I just put in 180 minus angle E plus angle A plus angle B equals 180. The 180s cancel, so we have negative angle E plus angle A plus 0. Angle A plus angle B equals add angle E to the other side. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's not the remote exterior angle, the one that's on the outside, exterior means outside, is equal to the sum of the two angles that is not next to it. That's all it's saying. Does that make sense? So what they're going to do, what would x have to be? Does that make sense? E is always equal to A plus B. It's the two angles that are not next to each other. I mean, not next to E. A plus B equals E. Whatever A and B are, you add them up and they equal E. Does that make sense? It'll usually give you one of them, or it'll give you both of them if you're asking to find E. Do y'all understand this? Yes. What does the equation say? E equals A plus B. If you're looking here, what would be the value of your x? 30 and 40 and x. You could say, well, this is 110, right? And so therefore x is 70. But is it quicker just to go to x equals 70? Does that make sense? Okay, let's try to. Obviously, these are not necessarily drawn to scale, so don't use that. But you could have used 80 and 30 plus that equals 180, either one, right? If they don't give you that, does that make sense? Any questions on what this theorem is talking about? Okay, I'll go back. I'll let you write it down. You already wrote it down? So when it's a theorem, it means that it is always true. Like that theorem is always true for every triangle. Any questions about this? Okay, go ahead and clear your desk for your corrections once you finish